What's good, YouTube peeps and barbecue freaks? Thank you guys for stopping by today. Today's video, I'm actually gonna do beef finger ribs. Now I did not that long ago, and I used the chicken rub and the fajita rub from Fiesta Seasonings. And many of you have said that I should add the Uncle Chris's steak seasoning to that. So that's what we're gonna do today. Not only that, since I have two racks, I'm gonna use those three rubs on one rack, and then I'm gonna use this beef rub from, the lighting's probably not going to pick it up, but I'll get a better pick of this. This beef rub from Scott over at Texas Sausage Company. He just put out a beef rub. I actually really dig it. We use it at the rodeo on our briskets that we cook for the public. It was good. So I'm going to try it on some beef ribs, some beef finger ribs. Now, I'm not comparing rub to rub. This isn't a rub comparison. I'm just cooking some beef finger ribs, and thought that I would, do some filming while I'm at it, especially showcase Scott's new rub, and then see how these ribs turn out with that Uncle Chris's steak seasoning. So, again, it's not a head-to-head comparison with the rubs. I'm just making some beef finger ribs. Anyway, I've already got it trimmed up. I did remove the membrane. We're gonna rub them down with some butter, get them seasoned up, and see how they turn out. Let's get started. All right, so I have the racks here. I'm gonna just flip them over, take some butter. Just as a binder. You don't have to season this backside. There isn't any meat on this backside, but I like to do it anyway because sometimes you just like to gnaw on that bone, as you're eating it. So I go ahead and add just a little bit of seasoning to that backside. So again, I'm running with the fajita seasoning from, let me get this over, from Fiesta. We use that as one rub. And I'm probably gonna we'll just do it on this rack here. These two rubs, the fajita and the chicken, I used the last time I made the beef finger ribs and they were excellent. Then I'm gonna take the chicken rub from Fiesta, use that in there on these ribs. And then the Uncle Chris's steak seasoning. We're gonna add some of that to this and see how they turn out. Flip it over, repeat on the top side. In fact, I should probably season up. This rack here is the one that I'm using, Scott's over at Texas Sausage Company. This was his, I believe it was his grandfather's recipe, beef recipe, that he's kind of brought back and will be selling. In fact, I believe it's already in production. Do that. You don't have to use a binder. You can use water as a binder, oil as a binder. I'm just going with butter. Parquet. So we're gonna come back with this fajita seasoning. Back with that. I'm gonna cook these on the Weber using the slow and sear. And get that fired up. I'm gonna let these rubs sit in for a bit, and then we'll get them on the Weber kettle. You guys, I got both racks on. The front one here is the one with the beef rub from Scott over at Texas Sausage Company, and this one is the rack with the fajita seasoning. I've got some pecan wood chunks underneath the charcoal here, so we're just gonna let it cook. I got the vent at the bottom halfway open. The top vent is gonna be halfway open, so it should run about 265 is what I'm guessing, just from my experience using this pit. So get the lid on and just let it run. And if I wrap, I'm probably not going to add anything to the wrap, but I don't know. I'll decide that once I get to that point. So I'm going to pick back up in about an hour and see what they look like. You guys, these ribs have been going for right at about 2 hours. You can see we're starting to get some pullback on these bones. So I like the color. So the first part of this cook was to get some color and some smoke on these. And now we're going to work on the tenderness. So I'm going to take them inside, get them wrapped up. Ooh, hot. Get them wrapped up in some foil, and then bring them back out here and let them go for about another 45 minutes. Again, we got the color I'm looking for. We got some smoke on there. Now we want to work on the tenderness. I'm going to get these inside, get them wrapped up, back on, and then we'll take a look at them in about 45 minutes. These ribs wrapped. And I don't think I showed it, but throughout this cook, probably about the 45-minute mark, I started to spritz these, and I just used a 50-50 mix here of apple cider vinegar and apple juice, just because that's what I had. And so I've been spritzing them about every, I don't know, 20, 25 minutes, something like that. So as I wrap, that's what the rib looks like. This is the one with the rub from Texas Sausage Company, which is that one right there. So I've been spritzing about every 20, 25 minutes. And we're just gonna get them wrapped up here. Add a little more spritz. Meat side down, bone side up. Again, there's still gonna be some fat in here that renders out, and I wanted to kind of go through that meat. So I'm gonna get these wrapped up, get them back on, we'll take a look at them in a bit. All right, guys, as you can see, we got a ton of more pullback on these bones. So these things are done. See there, 209, 211. These are done. They're feeling really tender. So what I'm gonna do now, the last thing that I wanna do is get a little bit of texture. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up the bottom vents all the way, leave the lid off, and I'm gonna let these coals catch on fire, start to build a fire. And I'm gonna take these ribs and place them right over the fire and just char them for about 30 seconds to a minute. Now, depending on how big your fire is will determine how long you leave them on, but I'm gonna go for about 30 seconds to a minute on each side just to get some char. We got the color, we got the tenderness. Now I want to add some texture, and that texture, that char, is just going to bring out an extra flavor. So I'm going to get these ribs off, let this fire kind of get going a little bit, and then I'm going to get these ribs back on, like I said, 30 seconds to a minute on each side. So I got the ribs right over the charcoal. I already did the top side, I'm doing the bottom side. I'm just giving it a quick little char. Again, for about 30 seconds to a minute is what I'm leaving them on. But that's what it looks like right now, so looking good. All right, you guys, so here are the ribs. These are the ribs that has the rub from Scott from Texas Sausage Company, and these are the ribs with the Fiesta rub. So I'm just gonna give these a quick cut. These beef finger ribs do not have a lot of meat on them. They're kind of designed that way. When I buy them, it usually comes in a 2-pack. And I think that's because they know there isn't going to be a lot of meat on there. So they give you extra ribs to cook and eat up. We'll do this. Actually, let me cut this rack up here. And then we'll take a look at these ribs and give them a taste. All right, so this is what they look like kind of close up. This is the one with the Fiesta rub. You can see it's got a nice smoke ring. Still some moisture in here, so they actually feel really tender. I don't know, we'll see when we take a bite. But nice smoke ring. Same here. This is the one with the Scott's rub. Got a nice smoke ring. So let's give them a taste and see what they taste like. All right, you guys, we're gonna try this rib. This is the one with the Fiesta seasoning. Let's give it a shot. Nice clean bite. It's got some good flavor. I'm digging that. I like those Fiesta rubs. I think they work great. This one is one with the beef rub from Scott over at Texas Sausage Company. I'll give this a shot. Oh man. That rub is actually really good. I think it's great on beef, quite honestly. I like the Fiesta rubs, but out of these two racks, I'm going with the rub from Scott over at Texas Sausage Company. That rub is excellent. This is the first time. Now, we use them at the rodeo on our briskets. I didn't get to try it though. So this is actually the first time that I'm actually getting to try this rub in a cook. And it's good. I'm really digging it. I want to put this on a brisket and see how that turns out. I think it would go excellent on a brisket. On these ribs, it's killer. I'm digging it. Anyway, that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will see you guys next time. Take care.